Okay.
All right. So less sure about from the Gemara, the Segulos about for Ashirus and to push away the aniyas from the house. So one of the things we learn that's not to have crumbs and bread all over. So it's brought in Sefer Hasidim that the Malach that Memuna and the aniyus, which is we said novel shmoy, he says, look at this man, how wasteful he is. He's taking the bread, which is the blessing, you have bread to eat, and he throws it away. The seven Sefer Hasidim, probably this person, if he could, he would destroy everything he has. So he doesn't need anything, would take away all his properties from him, because he's very wasteful. So you might think, according to this, if a person goes to the other extreme, it's going to be very, very frugal, very economical. He won't waste anything. That will be probably as good as Shiur. Now we're learning something the other way around also. You cannot be extreme the other way also. To be too economical, you have to be in the middle. One of the things the Gemara in Pesachim Daf Kuf Yud Aleph Amud Beis says that brings to poverty, Pore beveisa kosher la'aniyusa. What's Pore beveisa? If somebody, they used to have a bread made out of bran. That was a very bread for aniyim, for poor people that they could not afford a good bread, that they took the things that people throw away usually, made a bread out of it.
Yeah, it cost double.
Now it's cost double, you say. Okay, so maybe now we will change them. So that time, so the Gemara says like this, if somebody could afford to buy a normal bread, but it's becoming too frugal, he says, no, I'm going to not waste my money, I'm okay with eating that lower level bread, that meaning you are too, when you become too economical, that on its own could cause that being such a miser, that on its own could cost aniyus. So we see from here now what's the chayra? Why that on its own would cost aniyus? So it's interesting to understand this. There's a halacha in Shulchan Aruch in Siman Reish Tzadik Vov, the halachas of Havdalah. The Ramo brings over there like this in Reish Tzadik Vov, the first halacha. He says, "V'noyagin lishpach hakois." I'm sorry, "V'noyagin lishpach mikois shel yain al ha'oretz." The meaning is to spill a little bit from the kois. Obviously, al ha'oretz does not mean mamash on the ground. When we from the cup goes to the plate, we will pour a little bit over. There should be overflowing. It says that's the meaning the Ramo said. V'tam hashficha, says the Ramo, the Amrinan, kol bayis shelo nishpach bo yain kamayim and b'siman brocha. The Gemara says, if the house, we don't see over there was spilled wine like water, there's no brocha in this house. It says, v'oisim ken l'siman toy b'tchilas hashavua. So according to the Ramo, many they're careful on Havdalah wine that should spill over. Many people, many Hasidim, they do it on every time they do Kiddush, whether it's under the chuppah, whether it's by the bris, whether it's Friday night or Shabbos morning. They make sure to spill always when you say bracha on the kois, to spill over. Either way, the idea is that you're not so frugal. You're not such a miser. So the Taz, he explains this. He says like this. Where this is coming from? It's kind of like this. That's from the Ashla Kodesh. Shemotza Kosov, Shebeshor Shemamali Nakosh Shel Brocha LaHavdalah, Yemaleinu Al Kol Gdoisov, V'yishpoch Oid Be'inyan She'yishpoch Al Ha'oretz. Again, Al Ha'oretz does not mean mamash spilling on the ground. It means going to the plate. Machmas shakli mole me'oid v'zel siman yain shenishpach kamoim. The Gemara is called by shenishpach yain kamoim and siman brocha. So you're doing that to show that in this house we want a brocha, we want it to spill over. So u'bikar apir shel oimrim kol by shen b'nishpach yain kamoim lo nireh li detzivchem lishpach yain. So the Taz now it goes to this question: how could you say if you spill a little bit wine, that's going to bring bracha? We're not allowed to do waste of oichlin. Same thing over here, we're saying if somebody is buying this bread that's more economical, so he's just being economical. And the for the Gemara, we see we should be economical, that you should not do bizoyan. Okay, that's the bread of that's not bizoyan, but spilling yain, it's bizoyan oichlin, you're wasting wine. So he says, So he says, "L'nira de lot sivu chachamim lishpach yain the adraba ish isur bezet." Mishkos b'siman kuf ayin aleph mamshichin yain b'tzinoros v'nechoson v'ushikabel b'chli b'fnei atzinor. The Gemara said they used to have time of Chazal. They used to throw some wine in some pipes to the covered chosin kala, and there's a machlokes rishonim if you're allowed to waste this. Most rishonim, that's how the mechaber paskin they used to do in such a way that it's the wine being cut with another pipe and went back to the barrel to the bottle. Was no waste involved, but they did it for a siman for chosin kala for siman toiv. He says, but you see from that he says that according to most rishonim they were careful not to waste the wine. It should not be nimas. It should not be go to waste. So he says. So what's the pshat of here to spill a little bit of wine? He says. Ela nirale de kavonas razal benishvach yain kamayim ubederech zeh desh lama omar loshan di'eve dahainu nishpach v'lo omar kol baish and shoivchin boy loshan chazal kol baish and nishpach yain kamayim and the resiman broch. Why it says shoivchin yain? Mashma, if b'di'evet spill a little bit, that's siman brocha. Ela diniskam lolema shlo yisragez odom beveisoi afilu me'er lahezek. The whole idea of Chazal was the nishpach mayim b'derech klal. When if the kids or somebody waste in the house something, a lot of time people get angry. Why you waste it? Why you wasted this? Over here, if some wine was spilled by mistake, don't show a kas, don't show roigez. Even though you feel it was wasted now, stam wasted, nobody benefits from this. But darkon shall b'nei odom li'israges b'shvil zeh. But that call people see a waste. The balabos especially, they get angry. Why are you wasting? Al ken omar kol ba'ish anayin shnishpech b'shoigeg nechshav lo kilo ayamayim ela adra misrages. If somebody gets angry, he says, Oz en b'siman broch in this house. When somebody gets angry in the house for waste, there's no broch in this house. Why? Damrim perekama de soitam b'chol ba'is shesh boroigez u'siman anius chaz v'sholom. So we're coming from this whole halacha of being makpid on cheap bread to being economical, or if it spills some wine, you get angry. What's the reason for it? There's no bracha over there because the anger in the house takes away the bracha. Anger in the house takes away the bracha. V'im ken and rayan mekan lishpuch yain leibud. We're not Chazal don't recommend mamash go and start spilling wine to have bracha. Avgal since kala siman brocha, even though you mean to do siman brocha, dogam bechosun miskaven ken al ken nirali. But bechosun also you miskaven siman, and even the most rishonim said over there you should catch the wine, it shouldn't get wasted. Al ken nirali. There's lemad bechelek hanishbach. We do it for the siman toy, but very little we do it. K'mashkosov Motzashah because Avdom Mishum Hefsed Mashkin, and then the Morgan Avram brings the same thing. For a little bit spilling over a little bit, that's no kpeh. That's not called wasting. You do a little bit, you don't do a lot of it. And Mimela, so it comes out according to this, we don't go to two extremes. From one extreme to be so frugal, to be so miser, because being so miser and buying a cheap bread when you could afford a better bread. And by the way, what you said today, it's become a better bread today. So Adarabah, if somebody could afford a better food, he could afford to buy organic fruits, let's say, you could afford it and it's healthier for him. And he says, no, in order to save, I'm going to buy. Obviously, talking about somebody could afford it. Anything you do to make a simon to being miser, that takes away the bracha. And same thing over here. The other extreme is we don't waste really, because when you waste from the Sefer Hasidim we brought, Amalek says this guy going to waste everything. I'm not going to give him bracha. He's going to waste wherever you give him. So we go to the middle a little bit. The siman bracha we spill, and that siman bracha that so two inyanim over here. Hey, it's siman bracha that you have more. Did you have then you need exactly. You're not such a frugal. You're not so economical. And then another thing is to show I'm not angry when it's happening. And the anger itself takes away the bracha on that. So we see from here two inyanim. Hey, to be a bracha, you have to have. We're going to learn more about this, how to show even such in other halachas that you have a blessing. You're not with samtzen, and and also the anger itself, that there's anger of such a thing, it takes away the bracha. That's why so comes away the good mood of the person. The good mood helps with the bracha of the house. We're going to talk about more in the future shiurim how important is the happiness and the good mood in the house for bracha for wealth. Okay.